Morning children, how are you? I hope you must be very fine and keeping yourself safe at home. Now you had a holiday for about a week, and before the holidays children we had completed few lessons like noun, adjective and articles. Now this is your CPT course, syllabus, CPT1 syllabus. Please note it down, and very soon your CPT exams will be starting. Children, we are going to revise lesson number 1, that is noun. So we all know that part of speech is the backbone of English grammar, because without any part of speech we are not able to construct any sentence. So part of speech is very important in English grammar. Now you know that there are 8 parts of speech, and what are they? They are nouns, pronouns, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. These are the 8 parts of speech which are very important for English grammar. Why? Because without these speech, 8 parts of speech, we are unable to construct any correct English. So children, the first chapter is noun. So we'll start with noun. Now what is noun? Noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. This is the definition of the noun, and I hope everyone must be knowing it. Now name of a person. So suppose for an example, if I say Sita, Geeta, Ram, right? They are the name of the person, so they are noun. Place. So, now if you are talking about the place, Agra, any place you take, Motiganj, Ya, Prayagraj, right? They are name of a place, so they are noun. Animal. Now animal, if you take a name of name any animal like dog, cats, tiger, peacock, they are animals, so they are name of the animals, therefore they are noun. Thing like pen, mobile, book, right? What they are? Thing. So they are the name. They are the name of the thing, so they are noun. Next we'll see kinds of noun. Now there are 5 kinds of noun, and what are they? Proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun and abstract noun. Now we'll see what is proper noun. Now proper noun is what? It is the name of a particular person, place or thing. It means particular person, like your name. If I am talking about Sheila, it means I am talking about only Sheila, who is in front of me or whom I know, right? Place. I am talking, if I say Prayagraj, so I am talking about Prayagraj. It is a proper noun. Then thing. If I am showing this pen, I am talking about this marker pen, so it is a proper noun. Now next is common noun. What is common noun? It is the name common to every member of class or a kind. Say like for example boys, girls, then you can say books. They are common noun. Next is collective noun. Now collective noun, what is collective noun? It is the name of a group of person or a thing which is taken as one, which is taken together as one, like a forest of trees, a class of students, a team of players, a cluster of stars. Next is material noun. Now what is material noun? Material noun is the name of a material from which a thing is made of, a substance is made of. Say like iron, gold, copper, tin. They are all what? Material. Sugar, They are all what? Material. Now next is abstract noun. Now abstract noun is what? It is the name of a quality. Quality means like for example, kindness, sweetness, goodness. These a person showing the quality. Right. Next is action. Action means rudeness. Rudeness, you can say bravery. All the action things which is showing action is called abstract noun. Now state. State means you can say an example like misery. It shows the state of a person. They are abstract noun. Now next we'll see that noun has been classified in two parts, and that is abstract noun and concrete noun. Now concrete noun is related with our 5 organs, and they are eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin, and the function of these organs are eyes. From eyes we see, from nose we smell, from tongue we taste, from ears we hear, and skin we feel. So concrete noun is the name of an object that we can see, hear, taste, smell or touch. Like for example, I can see this pen. This is a concrete noun. This pen is a concrete noun. Right. Next is abstract noun. Abstract noun is just the opposite of concrete noun. We cannot see, we cannot taste, we cannot smell, we cannot hear. So the object, but it is usually, it names the ideas, feelings or concept. Ideas, for ideas we can say freedom, justice, right? For feeling we can say happiness, gloominess, sadness. For concept we can say democracy, then we can say charity. These are the concepts. So feeling, any nouns which is showing ideas, feelings or concept, it is a abstract noun. Now how to add suffix to form words for abstract noun. Suppose if a word is given marry, so we'll add the suffix age to make it marriage. Appear, the suffix to be added is anc to make it appearance. Bored, the suffix which we are going to add is dom, boredom. Brave, the suffix which we are going to add is ry to make it bravery. There are some more important suffixes, and they are hood word, ion, ism, ity, ment, ness, th, tude, ty, urey. These are the suffix which can be added to noun to make it an abstract noun. Now children, next subtopic is countable noun and uncountable noun. Now what is countable noun? Countable noun is the things that you can count, right? Like that is one and many. And uncountable nouns are the things that you cannot count. Now let us take an example. You can count, if I say 1 dozen of egg. In 1 dozen of egg, it means 12 number of eggs. You can count in 1 dozen how many numbers are there, right? If I say how many pages does this book has, so you can count the pages of this book. So this is a countable noun. But if I say how many hair do I have on my head, you cannot count. It is difficult to count, right? How many grains does 1 kg of sugar have? You cannot count. Hence, it is an uncountable noun. Now, the second lesson that we are going to revise is adjective, children. Now, what is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes a noun or pronoun. Let's take an example over here. Please bring me round red box. Now, does this definition says? It describes a noun or a pronoun. We don't have a pronoun over here, he, she, it, they, but we have a noun over here. So box is a noun, right? Now, how is the box described? Round, red. So hence this is an adjective. Round is an adjective and red color is the adjective, right? So round and red is adjective. Why? Because it is describing noun, that is box. Now we will study the kinds of adjective. Now children, there are 9 kinds of adjective. Let's take a quick recap. How many kinds of noun we have studied? 5. Now adjective 9. So first adjective is, the kinds of adjective is adjective of quality. Quality means kind. Like what kind of a noun is. This noun, that is a person or thing is. Like soft, loud, fast, kind. These are the examples. Next is adjective of quality and quantity. Quantity means quantity denotes to how much a noun is. That is, I have no money. Money is noun. I have no money. I have much grapes in my pudding, right? So no, much, enough are whole. They are all examples. Adjective of number. Number, it means that how it means how many person or a thing a noun has. That, for example, some, few, all, yeah, most are the examples. Next is the demonstrative adjective. It describes which person or thing it is referred in the sentence. For example, it is said that these books do not belong to me. Now these is the demonstrative adjective. So let's take a more example. See the more example here. This, these, that, those. Now distributive adjective. Distributive adjective denotes each one of a number. Like for example, everyone must come to school in proper uniform. Like it is denoting that all the students. So everyone is the distributive adjective. Now interrogative adjective. I know that all of you know what is interrogative. Yes, interrogative is a sentence which asks questions. So the question sentence always starts with what, who, whose, when, where. So these are interrogative adjectives. Now possess adjective. Possess adjective is shows a sentence shows that a noun has possess something. Possess something. For example, this is our house. So this is a demonstrative the demonstrative adjective, and R is this thing is the possess adjective. So let's take an example. See an example over more example. My, your, our, his, her are more examples of it. Emphasizing adjective. Emphasizing adjective refers the sentence which stresses more on the noun. For example, she is very intelligent, right? So very is the adjective this is emphasizing adjective. Proper adjective. Now proper adjective are adjective that comes before noun. Like if I say she is an Indian, so Indian is a proper adjective. He is an American soldier, so American is a proper adjective. Formation of adjective we'll see in the next topic. Suppose a verb is given to us, comfortable. Now we can convert it to adjective by adding suffix of able. So if you add able, it becomes comfortable. Right. Next is comic. Now comic is an adjective. Now to form an adjective, so we will add the suffix of al, it becomes comical. Now there are some more suffix that you can add to change it to to form to adjective. They are iel, able, ful, ic, ical, ish, IVE, ATIVE, LESS, EOUS, IOUS, OUS and Y. Now next subtopic is degree of comparison. Now comparison means when you are comparing with two things or more than two things. Now in the degree of comparison in adjective, there are 3 degrees. That is, number 1 is positive, number 2 is comparative degree, and number 3 is superlative degree. Now positive degree is, when do we use? It is used only for only one person or a thing. Comparative degree, when do we use? When we are comparing with two person or thing. Superlative degree, when do we use? We change when we are comparing with more than two persons or a thing. Let's take an example. If it is written rich, rich is a positive degree. The comparative will become richer, and superlative degree it will become richest. Then it is little, least, less, right? Great, greater, greatest. These are some examples. The next subtopic is order of adjective. Now suppose a sentence is given to you with more than 2 or 3 adjectives which is describing a noun. Now you cannot write the adjectives in whatever way you want or anywhere you want in a sentence. There is a specific order to write, to place the adjectives before the noun. Now suppose a sentence is given to you. She has a big ugly scar. Now how will you know that this sentence is written in a specific order, in a correct form of order? So there is an acronym which I have taught you in my adjective class video, that is NOSCOM. Always remember this word NOSCOM. This will help you to write the adjectives in the proper and specific and in correct order in a sentence. Now let's see what does NOSCOM stands for. NOSCOM, N means number, O means opinion, S means size, A means age, S means shape, C means color, O means origin, M means material, and P means purpose. Now this the sentence is always written in these orders, right? So here I see that big and ugly scar, right? Big ugly scar is what? Noun, but big and ugly is what? Is an adjective. Now let's see. According to the Acurum Nos form whether I have written the sentence correctly or not. Now big is telling us the size. So big is here first. Then is this ugly. Ugly is opinion. So according to the sentence, this is wrong. It should be opinion first and size second. So the correct form of sentence is she has a ugly big scar. Right? Now the third lesson we are going to study is article. Now what is an article? An article is a and the. They are called articles and they are used before noun. So how many articles do we have? There are three articles, a, and the. And remember always children that it is always used before noun. Now kinds of article. There are three kinds of articles. The first is definite, indefinite articles. Now indefinite articles are a or an. Now a or an, they are indefinite articles because they do not point out any definite or particular person or thing. Right? Definite article is the why? Because it points out particular person or thing. Next is the third kind of article is null set. Null article or zero article or no article, because no article is used in the sentence. Now children, when are we not going to use article? There are certain rules. Let's see over here. Omission means not to write, right? So when are we not going to write or omit the article before any proper material or abstract noun? Next is any noun which is an uncountable noun, right? We are not going to write the article. We are not going to write the article in before the name of the cities, towns, countries, continents, days, months, arts, language, science, some diseases. We will not use article before any meal time, whether it is dinner. I invited him for lunch, right? For the lunch is wrong, for lunch. Now that's it for the for your CPT exam. I hope you must have gone through it. Please go through all the videos, your books, your copies, whatever written work you have done. Take it seriously and study very hard. Next week I believe your CPT is going to start. Best of luck. Stay safe and be happy.